Today's the day. Engine going back in. Now I'm hoping that it's a nice easy insertion. We're going to lower it down nice and carefully. Take my time, really take my time. Looking really good back here. Ready to go back in. You can see how it's all flat now. Ready for the engine to just slide right past and straight in. Obviously feed through the wiring loom, bolt up all the back, the front, and raise it off the ground. Yeah, hopefully it all goes swimmingly. Here we go. Right, all bolts are back in and all tight. Let's see what happens. Hopefully the engine doesn't fall out. Ta-da! It's all back in. Huzzah! Bit of a pain. Weren't as expected, to be honest with you, but these bolts, you want to get these in, fingered them in, so to speak. You don't want to try and wrench on them to try and get them in case you cross thread the bolts into the chassis, because you finish then, that's it. They took a little bit of jiggery pokery, a bit of jacking, bit of nudging, bit of a how's your father, but they went back in eventually, all nicely finger tight first, obviously. The two bolts up there on either side, and then 1, 2 at the back, raised up. Perfectly fine. The wiring loom on the top, going back in through the bulkhead, that was probably the most difficult part, to be honest with you. Feeding it through slowly, and then obviously pulling through the plugs as well. I had to use a little, a little piece of wire through the bulkhead to try and get it into the zone, and then carefully sort of massage it through, let's say. But yeah, it all went down well. Got the grommet back in as well for the bulkhead. That was probably actually worse than the bloody cables, to be honest with you. Lubrication and screwdrivers and all sorts of stuff, but it all came through. ECU's all bolted back in again now, so I'm really happy. Yeah, so next on the stage is connect everything back up again. I suppose this is the easy part, isn't it? We'll see what happens, eh? Back up top, I've I've not recorded it because it's like bloody WrestleMania down here. There's no chance of even recording it. Wrestling those pipes on at the back, vac pipes, bleed off pipes, header tank pipes underneath, throttle cable, fuel injector plugs, heater pipes, and obviously the main coolant pipes at the back, the big chunky boys over there. Yeah, it's coming back together really well actually. Next, what's next? I'll have to check my list. You'll find out what's next. Fuel lines are next. Pesky fuel lines on. Obviously I installed the top coolant tank there, and obviously the cover as well, and give it a nice clean. Looks fantastic. I think we'll leave it there for today. It's been a grand job actually today. Really happy. Engine back in, and actually got all the coolant lines done, brake lines, all the fuel lines. Pretty much the top end of the engine's all done now, and it looks really nice too. So yeah, see you next time.